Posed. God's punishment for those who are spiritual manipulators. Hello, lovely viewers. Welcome back to our channel. Before we dive into today's topic, I want to take a moment to express my gratitude for all your support. Your likes, comments, and subscriptions mean the world to us and help us grow. So, if you enjoy the content, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to our channel for more insightful discussions. Now let's get started. Religious narcissism, a phenomenon often neglected, is a crucial issue deserving attention. Within certain religious communities, those in positions of power wield their authority to exploit and manipulate followers for personal benefit. This troubling reality highlights the misuse of religious teachings and positions of trust, tarnishing the integrity of faith-based organizations. Victims of religious narcissism may suffer emotional and psychological harm, facing manipulation and coercion under the guise of spiritual guidance. Addressing this issue requires a collective effort to promote accountability and transparency within religious institutions, ensuring that they uphold the values of integrity and compassion. By raising awareness and fostering dialogue, we can work towards creating safer environments for spiritual growth and genuine connection. Unveiling the depths of religious narcissism. In exploring the intricate dynamics of religious narcissism, it becomes apparent that individuals exhibiting this trait possess a distinct array of characteristics that set them apart within religious circles. A defining feature of religious narcissists lies in their adeptness at manipulating their followers. Harnessing their innate charm and charisma, they skillfully craft an atmosphere of authority and influence, fostering unwavering devotion among their adherents. However, beneath this facade of benevolence lurks a darker reality, wherein these narcissists exploit their followers for personal gain, leveraging their religious stature to fulfill their own selfish desires and ambitions. This manipulation manifests in multifaceted ways, encompassing emotional manipulation and financial exploitation, perpetuating a cycle of dependency and control within the religious community. Behind the mask of piety, religious narcissists present themselves as righteous leaders, adored with the trappings of virtue and devotion. However, a closer examination of their actions unveils a starkly different narrative. Rather than embodying the selfless principles they profess, these individuals cynically exploit religion as a means to advance their own agendas, both financially and emotionally. Their purported acts of charity and righteousness serve not as genuine expressions of compassion, but rather as calculated maneuvers to garner admiration and support from their followers. In reality, their religious facade serves as a veil to conceal their insatiable appetite for power, wealth, and control. By manipulating the sacred trust placed in them by their followers, these religious narcissists perpetuate a cycle of deception and exploitation, ultimately betraying the very ideals they claim to uphold. Emotional and psychological abuse. Gaslighting and guilt-tripping represent just two of the insidious tactics wielded by religious narcissists in their quest for control over their followers. Through the manipulation of reality and the invocation of shame, these individuals perpetuate a toxic environment wherein their devotees are kept subservient and compliant. Gaslighting, in particular, entails the deliberate distortion of truth and the undermining of a follower's sense of reality, leaving them confused, disoriented, and more susceptible to the narcissist's influence. Meanwhile, guilt-tripping involves the exploitation of a follower's feelings of guilt and unworthiness, compelling them to adhere to the narcissist's demands out of a sense of obligation. By employing these emotional and psychological tactics, religious narcissists perpetuate a cycle of abuse and control, ensuring that their followers remain firmly under their sway, devoid of agency or autonomy. One of the most insidious tactics employed by religious narcissists is the manipulation of religious texts to justify their abusive behavior. By distorting scriptures and twisting sacred teachings, these individuals further entrench their control over their followers, instilling fear and doubt in their minds. This form of spiritual gaslighting not only serves to validate the narcissist's actions, but also undermines the fundamental beliefs and values of the religious community. By portraying themselves as the sole interpreters of divine will, these manipulators exploit the trust and faith placed in religious teachings, effectively weaponizing spirituality to maintain their dominance. Through this deceptive practice, religious narcissists perpetuate a cycle of control and manipulation, leaving their followers vulnerable to further exploitation and harm. Impact on followers. The repercussions of religious narcissism are profound and far-reaching, extending beyond mere psychological wounds to inflict irreparable damage to the faith of survivors. Those who have endured the manipulation and abuse of religious narcissists often find themselves grappling with profound feelings of betrayal and disillusionment. Their trust, once wholeheartedly placed in spiritual leaders, is shattered, leaving them struggling to rebuild faith and regain a sense of security. The aftermath of such exploitation can lead to enduring psychological trauma, manifesting in symptoms of anxiety, depression, and post-traumatic stress disorder. Moreover, survivors may find themselves navigating a profound crisis of identity and belief as they confront the stark reality that those they once revered as spiritual guides were, in fact, perpetrators of harm. The impact of religious narcissism reverberates long after the abuse has ceased, leaving survivors to navigate a tumultuous journey towards healing and restoration. In addition to the psychological toll, the effects of religious narcissism permeate into various aspects of survivors' lives, affecting their relationships, careers, and overall well-being. Many survivors grapple with a profound sense of isolation and alienation as they struggle to articulate their experiences within communities that often prioritize the sanctity of religious authority over the voices of victims. This isolation can exacerbate feelings of shame and self-blame, further complicating the healing process. Furthermore, survivors may encounter challenges in rebuilding their social support networks, as the betrayal they experienced may have eroded trust in others. In some cases, survivors may even face backlash or disbelief from members of their religious community, adding an additional layer of trauma to their already burdened psyche. Despite these challenges, survivors of religious narcissism often demonstrate remarkable resilience and courage as they embark on their journey towards healing and reclaiming agency over their lives. Through therapy, support groups, and advocacy efforts, survivors are gradually breaking the silence surrounding religious abuse and forging paths towards empowerment and justice. In conclusion, the insidious nature of religious narcissism demands a multifaceted response to address its far-reaching effects. By dismantling the veneer of altruism and exposing the underlying patterns of manipulation and exploitation within certain religious contexts, we can begin to cultivate environments that prioritize authenticity, empathy, and mutual respect. This necessitates not only raising awareness, but also implementing systemic changes within religious institutions to safeguard vulnerable individuals and hold perpetrators accountable for their actions. Moreover, fostering a culture of support and solidarity is essential for those who have been impacted by religious narcissism, offering them avenues for healing, empowerment, and reclaiming their agency. As we reflect on the complexities of this issue, it's evident that sustained efforts from individuals, communities, and institutions are crucial in effecting meaningful change. We extend our heartfelt gratitude for your engagement in today's dialogue, recognizing the significance of collective action in confronting and combating religious narcissism. Let us continue to amplify these discussions, advocate for justice, and strive towards creating inclusive and compassionate spaces where everyone can thrive. Remember to like, comment, and share this video to amplify our message. And if you haven't already, subscribe to our channel for ongoing explorations of pressing social issues. Until we reconvene, may we remain committed to fostering understanding, empathy, and resilience in the face of adversity. Stay vigilant, stay compassionate, and together, let us chart a path towards a brighter, more equitable future. Welcome, YouTube viewers, to a thought-provoking exploration of the cool girl paradigm and its impact on narcissistic relationships. In the vast realm of interpersonal dynamics, the concept of the cool girl has gained prominence, particularly in the context of toxic relationships. Coined in the mid-1990s, this term characterizes individuals, often women, who adopt a facade of easygoing independence, sacrificing their own needs and vulnerabilities to preserve a deceptive aura of indifference within their relationships. Delving into the depths of this phenomenon, it becomes crucial to dissect the implications of the cool girl persona within the complex web of narcissistic relationships. Such individuals find themselves ensnared in a cycle of self-neglect, constantly suppressing their authentic selves to appease the narcissistic partner. This article seeks to unravel the psychological intricacies involved in maintaining this facade and its profound effects on the emotional well-being of those who adopt it. Now, dear viewers, as we navigate through the intricacies of the cool girl paradigm, I invite you to subscribe to our channel for more insightful discussions on various aspects of human behavior and relationships. By subscribing, you become a part of our community, fostering a space for thoughtful dialogue and mutual understanding. Don't miss out on future explorations. Hit that subscribe button and let's continue this journey together. The cool girl persona is a popular archetype portrayed in media and society. She is depicted as someone who willingly accepts uncomfortable situations and refrains from expressing her needs. This persona exudes a false sense of independence, presenting an individual who can endure any circumstance without displaying emotional responses. The cool girl is often perceived as someone who can suppress discomfort, steering clear of discussions that might unveil vulnerabilities or express their needs within relationships. However, beneath this facade lies a complex reality. The pressure to embody the cool girl persona can lead to internal conflict and emotional suppression. Behind the facade of strength and indifference, there may be a deep-seated fear of rejection or abandonment. Consequently, the cool girl may sacrifice her own emotional well-being in an effort to maintain the illusion of strength and independence. In truth, embracing vulnerability and expressing genuine needs is crucial for authentic connections and emotional fulfillment in relationships. Narcissistic relationships are characterized by a toxic interplay of power dynamics, manipulation, and the relentless pursuit of control. Individuals with narcissistic tendencies thrive on maintaining the upper hand in their relationships, and the concept of the cool girl serves as a perfect complement to their desires. This persona, often unknowingly adopted by individuals, aligns with the narcissist's craving for constant attention and the satisfaction of their need for dominance. The cool girl, in an attempt to conform to this ideal, often suppresses genuine emotions and needs, unwittingly contributing to the establishment of a destructive relationship dynamic. In such relationships, the narcissist orchestrates a scenario where they wield control, while the cool girl unwittingly becomes a pawn in their manipulative game. The suppression of authentic feelings and the subjugation of personal needs set the stage for an unhealthy dynamic where the narcissist's insatiable desire for power is satisfied, further solidifying the toxic nature of the relationship. Recognizing and breaking free from such patterns becomes crucial for individuals caught in the web of narcissistic relationships, as it paves the way towards personal growth and the establishment of healthier connections. The illusion of power is a captivating phenomenon that often lures individuals into adopting the cool girl persona. At first glance, this facade may seem empowering, projecting an image of control and confidence. However, beneath the surface lies a paradox. The illusion of power ultimately backfires. Genuine intimacy and the foundation of healthy relationships demand authenticity, vulnerability, and open communication. By succumbing to the allure of the cool girl facade, individuals inadvertently forfeit their true selves. This sacrifice hinders the potential for authentic connection, understanding, and mutual growth within the relationship. In the pursuit of maintaining the illusion of control, individuals unknowingly distance themselves from the core elements that nourish a thriving relationship. The cool girl persona may offer a temporary sense of power, but it does so at the expense of true emotional connection. The lack of authenticity and genuine expression diminishes the depth of understanding between partners, impeding the potential for shared growth. Consequently, relationships built on such illusions often face challenges rooted in a superficial understanding of one another, highlighting the importance of embracing vulnerability and authenticity for a truly fulfilling and lasting connection. The constant effort to play the role of the cool girl can exact a profound toll on mental well-being. The act of suppressing genuine emotions, needs, and concerns in order to sustain the facade of being unfazed can result in a range of detrimental effects. Individuals may find themselves grappling with heightened anxiety, hypervigilance, and increased distraction, all of which contribute to a pervasive sense of unease. Moreover, the accumulated stress from maintaining such a persona can manifest physically, leading to health issues. The sacrifice of one's mental health to conform to the expectations of a narcissistic partner underscores the significant price paid for the preservation of this carefully constructed image. This challenging dynamic not only affects an individual's immediate mental state, but can also have lasting consequences. Over time, the suppression of authentic emotions and the constant catering to the desires of a narcissistic partner may erode self-esteem and identity. The toll on mental well-being becomes increasingly apparent as individuals grapple with the long-term consequences of sacrificing their true selves for the sake of a relationship. Recognizing the implications of such a sacrifice is crucial for fostering self-awareness and initiating the steps necessary to prioritize mental health and well-being in the face of these challenging circumstances. Embracing authenticity is a transformative journey that involves liberating oneself from the confines of the cool girl paradigm. In the realm of cultivating healthy relationships, it becomes imperative to break free from societal expectations and embrace one's true self. Authenticity, vulnerability, and open communication emerge as the foundational elements fostering genuine connections. By shedding the facade of coolness and acknowledging the authenticity within, individuals gain the power to establish boundaries effectively. This newfound self-awareness enables them to communicate their needs openly and authentically, paving the way for relationships grounded in mutual respect and profound understanding. In the pursuit of authentic connections, it is crucial to discern between genuine expression and the mere projection of a cool persona. This discernment acts as a compass guiding individuals toward meaningful interactions. As one recognizes the importance of authenticity over superficial appearances, the journey towards establishing profound connections becomes more intentional. Embracing vulnerability allows for a deeper level of understanding and empathy within relationships. In this paradigm, open communication becomes not only a tool for expressing needs, but also a bridge for building connections based on sincerity and authenticity. Ultimately, the embrace of authenticity leads to the creation of a rich tapestry of relationships characterized by mutual respect, genuine understanding, and lasting bonds. In conclusion, the allure of the cool girl persona may initially appear as a coping mechanism to navigate the challenges posed by narcissistic relationships, offering a semblance of control and conflict avoidance. While this strategy might provide a temporary respite, the lasting impact on one's mental well-being and the overall health of the relationship cannot be overlooked. By prioritizing the facade of being agreeable and accommodating, individuals often sacrifice their authenticity, creating a breeding ground for resentment and emotional turmoil. This unsustainable approach can perpetuate toxic dynamics, hindering personal growth and preventing the establishment of genuine connections. It is crucial to recognize that embracing authenticity is not only a courageous act, but also an essential step towards breaking free from the shackles of narcissistic relationships. The path to genuine connections and a healthier relationship involves letting go of the illusion of control and being true to oneself. By dismantling the cool girl paradigm and fostering an environment that values authenticity, individuals can lay the foundation for meaningful connections based on mutual respect and understanding. In doing so, they reclaim agency over their mental well-being and create space for growth and fulfillment outside the confines of toxic dynamics. Thank you everyone for joining us in this video exploration. It's truly intriguing to delve into the unexpected actions that can catch narcissists off guard. If you find the content engaging, please consider showing your support by liking, subscribing, and sharing. Now let's focus on a specific action that typically takes narcissists by surprise. But before we dive into that, let's take a moment to reflect on your experiences with narcissists and how they have impacted you. What kind of relationship did you have with them, and how has it shaped your journey? Entering into a relationship with a narcissistic individual often happens without recognizing the telltale signs of narcissism, often due to a lack of awareness or education on the subject. It's common to attribute the challenges in the relationship to simply having a rough patch or to the other person having their own issues, perhaps playing the victim or mistreating you. However, the idea of narcissism might not have crossed your mind at that time. Despite this, you persisted in the relationship, investing your time, energy, and emotions into it. As we've discussed before, your dedication to the relationship led to a gradual depletion of various aspects of your life, including your time, finances, social circle, and even your health. Essentially, you were pouring everything into a relationship that proved unfruitful and draining. Meanwhile, the narcissist was actively sabotaging your efforts, akin to puncturing holes in a canoe while you tried to navigate upstream. Their goal was to ensure your vessel sank while they moved on to the next unsuspecting victim waiting in line. The narcissistic cycle of abuse employs a myriad of manipulative tactics, all aimed at exploiting your kindness and compassion. While you continued to give, the narcissist continued to take, leaving behind a path of devastation. It's crucial to recognize that narcissists operate from a fundamentally different mindset than yours. They lack the capacity for self-reflection and accountability, preferring to feed off others until they're depleted, then discarding them without remorse. It's important to understand that the next target in the narcissist's life often takes the form of a new individual. Just as they sought solace in your companionship when you were their primary source, they will inevitably move on to another unsuspecting victim once they've drained you dry. Whether it's someone from their past, a recycled acquaintance, or a completely new person, the pattern remains consistent: exploit, discard, and move on to the next target. Multiple factors contribute to perpetuating the cycle of narcissistic abuse. It's essential to acknowledge that this cycle persists relentlessly, with the narcissist being the only constant. They're fully aware of the psychological web they weave, understanding the anxiety-ridden existence they create. Employing their chameleon-like abilities, they don different personas to manipulate others, often driven by a need to assert dominance. Living with a narcissist becomes an unpredictable journey, akin to navigating between Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Designed to keep victims on an emotional roller coaster, the nature of the relationship remains ambiguous. So, where does one turn when faced with the silent treatment or verbal abuse from their partner? Many embark on virtual quests, navigating through the vast expanse of the internet, where rare gems of insight shine amidst the deluge of information. This marks a significant juncture, the commencement of a voyage towards self-discovery and a deeper comprehension of narcissism. The narcissist, underestimating the victim's capacity to unveil their facade, never foresaw such scrutiny. Having meticulously sized up their prey at the onset of the relationship, reflecting on initial interactions with the narcissist reveals a meticulously calculated assessment of the victim. Delving into their innermost desires, strengths, and vulnerabilities, the narcissist perceives the victim merely as a means to gratify their insatiable cravings for validation and dominance. Skillfully nurturing a symbiotic connection, camouflaging their true motives behind a veil of charm. As the unwitting victim becomes entangled in the narcissist's labyrinth of deceit, their well-being and resources steadily deplete, culminating in abandonment once their utility wanes. A familiar pattern to the narcissist, who seamlessly transitions to a new fount of sustenance, leaving behind a wake of fractured relationships. Reflecting on all that unfolded, the narcissist never foresaw your ability to mend your shattered pieces. Take a moment to revisit this pivotal segment of the video repeatedly. For the narcissist was acutely aware of the harm they inflicted upon you, knowingly subjecting you to abuse, perpetuating it on a daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, or even decadal basis. They comprehended that eventually something would give. Either you would depart from them, or they would discard you.